Yeah, so Joe, man, what's going on in life, bro?
Yeah, Joe Black in the building. Let's have a conversation with Joe. Joe, like we talk all the time on Clubhouse. We have many conversations about different subject matters. But part of the reason why I've invited you today is just to actually get to know you and your background. To be fair, like where you from? How did you arrive to this place today in terms of not by car but as a human being? How did you get to this point in life?
Well, I think my story starts with football, and it kind of where I'm at now. It's kind of gone full circle. It's back to football, and there's been a lot of adventures in between.
When you say you started with football, you started as a player,
Yeah, it was I think like most people growing up
right?
in London, definitely. I think the aspirations was to be a professional footballer. A lot of my lifelong friends, I think the first kind of thing that linked us was football. Yeah, so
What area was that?
I'm from Islington, Highbury,
Okay,
Islington in the whole,
Yeah.
kind of travelled around the whole of Islington. I know people from all parts of Islington and like surrounding boroughs. But yeah, Highbury, Newton Green, Islington to be precise, where I grew up.
what position would you say you was dominant?
Do you know the maddest thing? I started off
Pause.
as a goalkeeper, you know.
Serious?
That makes sense, though.
Playing in the playgrounds. I think I started off as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And then I got into the school football team, and I think I started off as a striker and a left winger because I'm left footed.
Right.
You know, left footers are rare.
They are.
Still, there's like way more right footed players than there are left footed players. So,
True.
and then the older I got, it's just the further back I went on the pitch. And now I'm a centre back. So.
Right. That's dope.
That centre back position, though, I think people don't appreciate, to be a centre back, you have to be on point, like switched on. Because I play centre back, and it's like you have to just pay attention to what's going on. Like,
But
with a goalkeeper as well, it's not like goalkeepers, they just chill. If nothing's happening that side of the pitch, they could just chill. But like with a centre back, if you're on your game, you have to be literally reading the game.
That's late in my like football career. If
Okay,
you wanna call it
right.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't play centre back until I was 30.
Right.
But
Okay.
before then, I was always a midfielder
Yeah.
or a winger.
Okay.
A midfielder or a winger, basically. And then even before I ended up centre back, I was playing left back.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's just the older I got and the more I lost like that yard of pace.
Yeah.
It's just I ended up at centre back because of my height as well.
Right, of
So
course,
Yeah. Because
always,
yeah, naturally. Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah. What would you say? So you talked about starting off as a footballer. You talked about your journey at the beginning. What was the journey in between that? What happened, long and short?
So basically, I think me growing up in London, for me, it was all about trying to fit in, basically, in it. Because growing up, like late 90s, early 2000s, there was still the stigma around being African, being dark skinned, distinctive. I got very distinctive features in it.
Yeah.
So I think it was more trying to fit in, and football was a way earlier where I fitted in.
Right.
Yeah.
Later, because of my physical profile, I think I started hanging around with older boys and then getting into the...
Right, the influences.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, the wrong side. And
Allegedly.
I think because of my... No, it's all documented. It's not even allegedly. I'll be real.
Just in case,
So,
you know what I mean?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I kind of clung on to that because I think that's where,
Part of something.
that's where I felt valued. Because you
of
know
course.
what, I'm a young boy. I can handle myself physically or whatnot. And then just went into downward spirals from there, and then ended up being 10 years of my life. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? So just outside.
So what led up to that situation? Was it a thing of you knew you was on the wrong road, or was it just peer pressure, or was you just like, you know what, fuck it?
Or the fourth one is, at that age, outside, you just think you're invincible. You see what I'm saying?
Good question.
Just think you're invincible.
I think it was a mix of all four of them. I think the main thing was trying to fit in, like I said, there were certain crowds where no matter what I did, because I wasn't like academically, I was able.
Yeah.
Like, I knew my way around the textbook.
Right.
That way.
Right.
And I could articulate myself.
Yeah.
I think no matter what I tried, I didn't really fit into the education crowd, for what you want to call it.
Yeah.
And the football thing, I went down that road and it got me certain way down the road, but maybe the quality just wasn't good enough to kind of take it to the next level, or the discipline, whatever it was. And there was something that was holding me back.
Yeah.
And then I kind of found my place where mischief, kind of like early, like petty street robberies, low level like weed dealing, whatever.
Right.
That's where I kind of found my niche and kind of found my place where, you know what, I can do this, and the little flirts with the law, and it didn't seem like a deterrent to me. So
right.
Yeah.
I was just outside. Yeah, I was outside, and it took like 10 years. And funniest thing, it took a prison officer for me to like kind of open my eyes and realize.
Really?
You know what, like, it's more than just being somebody on the block and being known when you go to jail and getting that certain sort of respect from that side of the world. So
that's deep.
It's mad.
So wow. So you built a rapport with that prison officer, or was that part of your curriculum while you was there? How did that happen?
No, do you know what it was? Because obviously
bro, I've never been to jail.
I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go into the jail.
Let's not take it back.
Glorify it.
But
quickly in and out. I think for me, the two most desirable jobs in prison was either working in the prison kitchen,
right,
where you can like make fresh food and you kind of eat
what you've made,
kitchen, so you don't have to wait for the.
Yeah.
Or for me personally, was being like a gym orderly. So you spend all your days in the gym. Yeah. Obviously, you have to like clean up behind everyone, but then after that, if there's time, you can use the gym or whatever. So I was in one prison and I kept getting in trouble for having like mobile phones and SIM cards. I was, like I didn't kind of, the storage methods that other people use, that weren't me in it. So
right.
I couldn't really put things up certain places. I was forever getting myself spun and then finding my phone.
Yep.
One of the gym officers kind of put me on a gym course, and he kind of gave me an incentive and said, look, stay out of trouble, don't get nicked with all these, like, I don't want to see you getting nicked for a phone or a SIM card or a charger or whatever, and I'll keep you on this gym course. And that kind of gave me something, an incentive. And I never looked back. And then
serious. And it's just that's all it took.
Yeah, and that's what led me to what I'm doing today.
That's crazy.
But it sounds like he needed someone to say to him, look.
Someone said, like, I
believe in you, but you need something to focus on. It sounds like from what he's saying, growing up, he said it was all of those things, feeling invincible, want to be part of a tribe, thinking, flirt with the law, kind of, you know what I mean? Once you duck one or two things, you kind of feel like this is cool. So it just felt like he needed something to focus on, especially being in the surroundings of jail. like every day probably feels like 48 hours.
Yeah, but it's interesting. It's interesting because I'm interested in is the psychology of the mind of humans and what triggers them and what's a trigger for you to all of a sudden now decide that you want to flip it. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe you even in yourself you was going through things of like, right, I'm here, and jail can do one or two things. You can keep going back, or you can go like, right, this ain't for me. And do you know what I mean? Yeah. Which I take that you was part of the latter. Like, I don't want to do this anymore, and I've got a focus. Yeah. Which is good.
But even because it's like, for me, it's always been mad because I think me going on the road so early, it kind of made me, I don't know if appreciate money or not appreciate. I don't know what the right term to use is, but because I've been, not to say I was the richest guy or the most successful ever, but I've seen enough money to realize that now it doesn't matter to me as much as other things. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right, that's real.
So now it's like, even like throughout my career when I was doing road, it was all about us and we and my brethrens, and even when I got into the music, it was never me, and it was always about us and what can I do for us. And even now when I'm doing football, it's not about me, it's about, because I don't know, like for me, money's secondary to me now.
I feel you.
Because
I feel you.
Like I don't do things for money.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I do things because I want to do them, and if money comes, money, and it just so happens
it's a bonus now.
What I like doing generates money. So
yeah,
it's crazy. Like it's
because when you're on the roads, you acquire so much money and you become accustomed to it. I take it because it's there.
But even when I was outside, like in a weird way, like the nitties were my like I felt like good offering them a cert. Do you get what I'm saying? It was mad.
Crazy.
Like, that's what sometimes I weren't the most efficient.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was made the most money or whatever.
Yeah.
But I had like
a rapport.
I had a core. Same with music.
And
the same with the roads. I had a core fan base.
Yeah. No,
I know as soon as I switch this phone on, these people are with me because of the service I offer.
Right.
Do you get what I'm
crazy.
saying? I treat them like humans. I don't. It's a personalized service. Same with music. There's people who think like, you know what, you done more for that person than you done for yourself. And I think it's because I don't need to be the main guy. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be number one. I don't need to make the most money. I don't need to be the manager of the club who's getting all the shine or whatever. I don't need to be the agent who's making the most money off the player. I just need to know for myself where I can sit down and say, you know what, I played a part in that. And
so it's a sense of fulfillment.
Yeah, basically that.
So if you so okay, fast forward, you're back outside.
Yeah.
What have you landed yourself in at that point?
What are we talking about here?
Jobs.
But how quickly did you adjust to life outside?
Because you said
after
you.
10
All right,
years?
cool. Let me tell you my thing. Yeah, so I was outside for I'll say before I got into football, it was like 8 solid years where I was outside.
Figuring it out.
To be honest, I didn't even watch like Premier League football.
Right.
I was so zoned into what I was doing.
Right.
I didn't even care about nothing else.
Right.
Like, I was zoned in. And then, like I said, this prison officer got me in the gym, got me a gym orderly. I done my level 1 sports and fitness, level 2.
Yeah.
And then they was doing some FA level 1. So I just done it. Just part of the course, innit? Like
Right.
Gym.
Right.
Do it, whatever. Rare.
So you're learning a trade.
And then while I'm doing it,
Right.
I've kind of got the bug back from when I was young, and I was like, you know what? I forgot about this football thing. I forgot how I love this football.
Right.
Rare. So I've come out, probation, I started coaching just to get probation off my back.
Right.
My mind frame was to always
Just get them.
go back to what I know. Go
Oh,
there,
shit.
build
Okay.
a line.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Right,
Because remember,
right.
my thing was never like,
Yeah.
I'm not no like gangbanger beef,
Yeah,
riding on
yeah,
ops
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was just going out there and making money, trying to make
Making your
money
peas.
and getting nicked all the time.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
my
yeah,
that was me. It weren't no bad manism.
Yeah.
Supplying
Yeah,
the line.
it's a shame. Before you continue, it's a shame Trim isn't here because Trim has a similar story.
Do you get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's why, like, for me, it's never been a bad man thing. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
been a means to an end.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
of
what-
course.
this is what I do.
Hustle, just hustling.
So when I've come out probation, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing coaching. My brethren had a football team. I started coaching, and this is, I don't know whether it's God, higher power, whatever you want to call it, but all these things I feel led me to here today. So I've got a bunch of players, 7-year-olds.
Right.
But these 7-year-olds, when I tell you they're special, out of 15 of them, 9 of them left me to go to professional clubs.
Nice.
And
What,
I'm
at
not
this moment
taking
in
no
time?
credit. Like, no, now it's crazy. Now they would be like 22, 23 now.
Fucking hell.
This is like 15 years ago. This
years
is when
ago. Right.
This is the last time I was.
Right.
This is when I was done with the roads.
Right.
So they was 7, 8 at the time. I don't know how, but I inherited a dope group. I wouldn't take credit for making none of them players ballers. They was ballers from the start.
They had talent. They had talent.
Yeah, and then I went prison halfway through. So 2007, I come out
Yeah.
of the jail where I done my courses and all that.
Yeah.
I started coaching 2008 with my probation.
Yeah.
I've been coaching ever since. But in 2010, I went jail for some madness that my brother got me into. I was on remand for a year.
Right.
Got
Your
not
older
guilty.
brother.
Yeah, my older brother.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah. And he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, but it's the same with him. Remember, man ain't bad man or gangsters. Man just trying to out here, just trying to make some money.
It's
Like,
crazy. Yeah. I get it.
I was on remand for a year. I got not guilty. I come out, and then I started my own club from there, and then that's what I'm doing now, or whatever. And then that's all led from there. But it all came from just trying to appease my probation officer.
Right. So okay, so these kids, these talented kids that you're now coaching, that when how do I word this? When you're coaching them, are you seeing yourself in them?
Not myself in them, but I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, when I was their age, what did I need?
Right.
Who did I need?
Right.
What type of person did I want around me? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I try and be. Because that's the main thing. I'm not like no tactical, technical football genius. I was when I think of some of my brethren and the level they played at, I was average at best.
Yeah.
But I understand, like you said, I understand the psychological side of it. Just a sense of belonging, because that's what all kids
Need.
That's the main thing. They want to feel like they belong to something.
Yeah. And you gave them that.
Yeah, that's what I try and do every day.
And the fact of the matter is, as you said, you're a person who you got a rapport.
Yeah.
Same thing that you had in the street, you had a rapport. The same thing that it's a great skill set to have that not many people have that. And it's weird because you can do all the grades and all the study and all that to be a coach in that sense of the technicalities of it, but the mindset of how to build a rapport with players to get them to believe in themselves is a skill. And I rate that. I respect that.
And you see, like, obviously on the gram, I celebrate like the ones that get
I see that
moved on, but remember that's the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
You're not seeing the ones that maybe end up going to uni and then being a coach and coaching the team.
Right.
They've used their life skills, so now they're doing other stuff like firefighting. They've
Right,
gone, they're
right,
married,
right.
they got kids. That and there's tragedies as well, success stories. There's youths that are now doing 25 in jail who passed away. Like, but this is the life, innit?
This is
Like,
life, yeah.
this is what it is. You can't
save everyone.
I know you can't. Yeah, you can't save them all, but you can't get disheartened by it. You gotta understand. All right, cool. I understand because I feel so comfortable and it feels so natural what I'm doing. I feel like this must be my
your
calling.
calling.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's your
So
calling.
I just gotta do it. And
No, I respect that,
there'll
man.
be days where I get pissed off. There'll be days where, like, look, today I cancelled a session because I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna go there and be thinking, you know what? Oh, I gotta leave and
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what? Let me just cancel it. So
Yeah.
there's days, there's ups, there's downs, but man, just man.
No, man, that's
Better than just, you know, like it's better than me sitting there and I might be making more money, but I'm thinking, shit.
Who's at the
So
side?
thinking, the Fed's gonna boom my door.
Deliveroo's at
The man
the
gonna
ops.
try and run up on me.
Yeah.
The ops, the nitty's gonna. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's why I say life is for me. I could complain all I want, but
yeah.
this is what I was. Like 10 years ago, this is what I was yearning for. Do you get what I'm saying?
amazing.
So I just gotta be thankful.
No, that's dope. That's dope. And this is the things that we don't talk about, and I feel like we need to talk more about. Because at the end of the day, we're done as men. When I say we're done, our life doesn't. We have children. I can speak for myself. My concerns about me as a man, not really that important anymore. I have pretty much what I want. I earn enough money to survive. I look after family. But when I see my son and I see younger children, it's influencing them as much as possible so they can grow and not go down the road. You know what I mean? And it's not easy because at the end of the day, as soon as they leave you, or kids can leave and they go home, they've got other influences. They might have one parent. They might have uncles.
And you see what you got to tap into is, I remember when I was your age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there was man that like us now that are trying to talk to the youths.
Yeah.
There's man that was trying to talk to us, but we weren't trying to hear it.
No.
I'm looking at man thinking, what shut up, old man? What do you know? Do you get what I'm
The
saying?
ones that were shouting, man.
Yeah, so that's why man have to be tactical with your approach, because you got to understand, I was your age before you. I kind of know what gets through and what makes you shut down. Or I know when I'm saying to you, what's going on? And they're saying nothing. I know that nothing could mean
probe a bit more.
everything's going on. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
For sure.
it's just about using your, and I think that's where, for me, where I got the experience that my parents might never had.
Yeah.
I've grown up in this environment.
Yeah.
So me growing up in this environment, I know me growing up in this environment, I know where I'm cool could mean anything, but you're not cool. Saying that. That's just your defense mechanism. I'm cool, man. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong.
And it's getting through to
Whereas
them.
my mum, if I tell my mum or my dad nothing's wrong, they're thinking, cool, my son's cool.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with him.
They're not checking.
But but then that leads to like a even bigger topic, because like society for a long time has had us in a chokehold.
Yeah.
That as a man, if someone says to you, "How are you? How you doing?" Your natural default response is meant to be, "I'm cool, you know.
Oh yeah,
I'm alright. Everything's fine." But like, I saw this article where they said having friends is a great thing to experience in life, but why don't men have more of them? And I'm like, I don't know who you lot been talking to, but I don't call them friends. I call them family. Because I know that these guys have been around me, have been around me for time. So when they're like, oh, men don't have friends, I was like, well, I'm not sure if that's true. Because in our community, I couldn't speak for our community, if we've been around certain people for like a minimum like 8 years, we address them as that's my brother
but
over there.
let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How many of them people that you call family
Yeah.
could you tell anything When I say anything, before you answer,
question.
I'm saying anything.
I've got
Where you're feeling, however you're feeling, because there's times where my closest brethren, I'll be stressed, but I'm thinking, you know what? I don't even want to burden with my stress. So when they tell me I'm cool, I'm gonna be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
now. I think realistically, in regards to extended family, friends that become brothers and stuff like that, I reckon I've got at least 6 friends
You,
that
my
I
brother,
can.
you're blessed, bro.
I think I had 6 friends that I can call and just unpack,
Right.
and they will just listen, and that's how I try to be with them.
No, you're blessed.
Do you know what I'm saying?
'Cause for me, if I'm totally honest, I got none. There's certain things
even to this day.
to this day, and you know what it is? When I say I got none, there's certain things that I just harbor. I don't tell nobody. I just harbor them, and it's for varying reasons. It might
feel like it would be an inconvenience, or
it might be I don't trust them. It might be, you know what, I don't even want to burden them. It might
you got
be
their own shit to
I don't
deal
feel
with.
comfortable telling them. But there's not one person who I feel, you know what, maybe my missus, but even my missus, there's stuff that you know what I think I'm not even gonna stress her at, because I know if I tell her, it's gonna make her overreact, and she's gonna stress more than she needs
makes
to.
it worse.
And women are like that.
Yeah, so there's stuff where I think it's just on me. Do you get what I'm saying? It's
Right.
just it's
That's
you know
deep.
what? I'll deal with it.
What about your brother?
even my brother? Like,
And he's older than you as well, so
yeah, but he's, you know what? It's like 18 months. It's like
it's
I
super
feel like we're the
close.
same age.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? There's stuff
Right.
where. There's stuff where he takes the lead, and there's stuff where I take the lead.
right,
You get what I'm
right,
saying?
right. I
So
get it,
it's
I
not
get
even
it.
like
It's
there's
not,
a gap
yeah,
where I feel
yeah.
like he's big bro, big bro. Like,
So back to the story is then that officer then maybe, do you still speak to that officer now?
Nah.
Would you say you would like to know where that person is?
Yeah, of course. Because I always talk that is a pivotal point in my.
of course.
I always,
Yeah.
like, you see, like when it comes up, the topic comes up, I always mention him.
Yeah.
I always say that guy there.
Yeah.
Because
He
he's the
got
first
through.
person that made me think, you know what?
See the bigger picture.
Before all the other officers, I'm thinking I'm just not gonna get caught. But he's the one that made me think, you know, for real, like, what is there's a prison phone. Like, if I need to speak to people, I could just phone them. Why do I need a mobile? So he's a person, but I don't know.
Because I'm seeing, because this is only off what you're telling me. I'm seeing what you do for the kids.
Yeah.
What he did for you, bro.
Yeah.
And that's a skill.
Ripple effect.
Think about it. If no one could get through to you, you went and did all of that time, and he got through to you by whatever skill set he had. He made you change your life around.
We might have lost you to the system. You
Simple.
might have just
No, it's
kept
true.
doing the same thing, copy and repeat, and then we'd have just lost. You'd have spent 25 years of your life in jail.
And there's kids now that, as you said, there's kids now that are, some of them obviously gone by the wayside, but there's a lot of them that you've schooled, you've coached, you've given them the tools, and they've gone and made a life for themselves. You got to take a lot of, I know you won't, because I know you're humble, but you got to take credit in yourself for that, because I feel like that's why we're here fundamentally, not just as men, but as elderly statesmen. Like it's all about them, and I feel like
Definitely.
So another question I want to ask you then. So now let's talk about football. Who would you say as a manager do you like the most in Premier League football? Based on
at the moment or in history?
At the moment.
I can't lie, it's hard to see past Arteta.
I was gonna say aside from Arteta, because I knew that was gonna be the answer.
No, you know what? Let me tell you why.
All right,
It's
go
only-
for it. Yeah.
10% of it is only because he's Arsenal manager.
Yeah.
Because I think he's kind of like a mixture of Guardiola and who could I say?
Yeah.
I see a lot of Jose in him sometimes, you know. Not in terms of like style of play, but in terms of like the way he handles things.
But you see, I'm trying to think of someone
Jose.
who has belief in the youth.
I mean, there's
There's
only one man.
There's very few of them.
But there's
I don't know if it's
one main man.
Pep and would you
Jose's
say Fergie?
definitely
Would you say Fergie?
I'd say Fergie.
Kind of had faith in the youth.
It's Baba Wenger, man. Come on, man. You got to look at it because
I would say Fergie. I would say
but Fergie was before Wenger, innit? Like,
why I would say Fergie is because he knew how. Okay, I'm gonna say Klopp, right? Yeah. For obvious reasons, but it's the same reason why you've given me Arteta, because I feel like they understand how to get through to the players on a personal level.
And you see what it is? Let me tell you why Arteta for me, because
sorry, ladies.
He blocked out the noise. He had a plan.
Yeah.
He definitely went to the board with his plan.
Yeah.
And fair play to the board. They trusted in him.
Yeah.
And you're slowly starting to see it come to fruition.
And what I like about what he done is he went for the youth. He went, okay.
Like the Aubameyang move, I was thinking, what? Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Especially when we finished so short of fourth. I'm thinking, what if we had Aubameyang?
But then when I look at that, I always, at first I was like, no, this is kind of mad. But then when I saw a progression and how things were going, and the fact that when you look at when Aubameyang got dropped, he was scoring no goals. Yeah. Like, even when the ball got to him in the final third in our play, it was like, bro, this guy smells. And then I just think in that January, it was too hard for him to get a striker.
But you know what? Like, obviously, it's easy for me to say it here.
Yeah.
But like, my brethren who are in my football groups or whatever, they will know. You might even attest to it. I've always been trust the process. I've never been Arteta out. I've never made no snapshots.
But you're like that, Joe.
Do you get?
You're like me. You're
understood. You get what I'm saying? So even now, as well as we're doing,
I
understand that. For me, if we finish in the top four, that's
an
objective
achievement.
met. If we finish fourth, third, I may be disappointed after the start we've had, but it would never be considered a failure.
No.
I understand the objective is get back into the top European places.
Would you say you've exceeded expectations so far because of the start of the season that you've had?
Results wise, Performance wise is maybe not. I just think a lot of teams are. I think it's kind of a freakish season where a lot of other teams ain't performing.
Yeah.
And we're doing well. It's just like a double whammy.
Yeah. But that doesn't matter because.
But if I don't think any Arsenal fan, if they was honest, if you was to say to them after 13 games we'd have 11 wins.
That's crazy.
1 loss, 1 draw. I think 100% of Arsenal fans are biting their hand.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. 100%.
And no one would expected that Liverpool to be playing
the way we are. Man United,
even still. United to be even Chelsea as inconsistent they are. Newcastle doing as well as they are.
Our names are stay in your mouth, boy.
No,
God.
Newcastle. No, because United, like one thing I always give United is they are one of, if not the biggest club in the world.
Of course.
No one can take that away from them.
We even have that discussion all the time. I can't.
So that pressure is always there. If Man United are not in and around the top,
it's problems.
Worldwide, people are asking questions. Like, what's going on with United? Why are they not up? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I think they've invested heavily in the last few years.
100%.
And I think if they give Ten Hag the time that Arteta given Klopp, like Liverpool have given Klopp,
then he can do better.
I think the signs are there though.
Yeah, I think they are.
I think the main sign is, and ladies, sorry, we're gonna wrap this up, but I think the main sign for me was the whole, like, this Donny scored his 700th club goal, not international goals, but club goal. The whole team is in the change room with him holding up the shirt.
But you like dealing with him wrong though.
But what I'm saying is he then walks off because it's like, I need you to come on now. Mm-hmm. I get you are Cristiano Ronaldo, but realistically, this guy is focusing on 5-10 years from now. I need to focus. I need to give a Rashford at 25 game time. A Sancho who, I don't know what's going on with Sancho. It's gonna happen. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen because he can't.
He stopped cheating the white girl from Bermondsey.
Wait, hold on. So, before I forget, so Joe said they played 13 games, 11 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Young Gun, who was that lost to?
United.
So right, cool. So back to what I was saying before I was really interrupted. But the stance he took with Cristiano, and then the board came out and said, right, he's not playing, but the rest of the team are focused on the game against Chelsea, which we should have won, by the way. But anyway, whatever. I was like, okay, cool, times are changing. Because before the board would have been like, yeah, but you got to play him this weekend still. Like, the fact that they backed him when he said he's not playing. But so we keep it moving.
But I think Drizzy, I think there's a precedent that's been set by managers now where you can't, like, I think outside of Chelsea, I think most top teams now are giving their managers time because you need it. Arsenal, if you check this, how Fergie was almost on his way out before he started busting.
7 years before he won something.
So you can't. There's no possible way you can just let a manager come into a team and he can make his influence straight away. That's why Liverpool. Like people ask me, "Rah, is Klopp out?" Did we never a time Klopp's out for me? Never. Not for what he's done.
Not for that.
Never.
He's allowed to have an off season.
He's allowed to have it. He's 100% because he brought all the trophies back to us. And Liverpool been waste for how long? Haven't won a Prem in 30 years. 30 years. That's come on, man. And the person who brings that to the table out, you mad? So anyway, fast forward. Talking of football, we're going to wrap up on this. We've got a World Cup, and I feel like it's a good break to have based on my team's performance. The irony on the weekend was Leon Bailey put you lot in a spliff. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time.
No backy.
So we got a nice break to have, Drizzy. World Cup.
Yeah.
Qatar. It's, what date?
Starts in 21st.
Third week of November.
Yes.
I don't know.
This weekend,
It's a weird one.
the last games of Premier League.
Can I just say, because I got England kit on at the moment.
See that.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot of people are saying
10th of
they're
November.
boycotting England
Are they?
because of obviously the last
Of the fuckery.
But can I just say, I do not support the England fans. I support the England team. And as long as the man them are playing for England, I will be supporting England.
I feel you.
Man them boycott England, then that's another conversation.
That's 100%.
I can't support England as long as Harry Kane is the captain, man.
Yeah, but
then you got
No. But that's the funny thing is, everyone says,
Who would you rather be captain?
Sterling
Nah, he's
or
not.
Henderson.
No, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Because Harry Kane plays for Spurs.
No, and everyone thinks that it's not. I don't respect Harry Kane as a person.
Okay.
How many occasions have you spoke to him?
No, because it's like, when I look at him as a leader, he's a silent leader.
So was Gerrard.
He doesn't exactly. That's why Henderson's the best Liverpool captain ever. Huh? Henderson is the best Liverpool captain ever.
I'm not even trying to piss off.
Harry Kane is silent as a leader. For example, when all that stuff about the racism and stuff happening.
You know who our captain is at the moment?
Who? Oh, our Arsenal captain. Yeah, I don't think he should be captain.
Okay,
I don't think he should be captain.
He's silent.
My captain wears number 34. My captain wears number 34. But like I say, he's a silent leader. When all the racism stuff happened, I didn't see one message from him. I didn't see him come out and say anything. Tyrone Mings was the first one to say something. When all the MPs and stuff were saying X, Y, and Z about the knee, I don't hear a peep from Harry Kane. Even for Spurs, he's a silent leader. On the pitch, when they need something to happen, sometimes cool, he'll come and grab a goal. When they really are in the mud and Spurs need something,
speech impediment. Has he got a speech impediment?
He's got one.
How
does he talk? He talks like
I'm not gonna do that. But I respect that.
Actually,
it's nothing to do because even me,
who's your captain? Harry Maguire.
No, Fernandez, bro.
That's just about. No, but for me,
it's Fernandez. Man was like injured, didn't it?
Harry Kane's ability as a footballer, I respect it. Someone even asked me the other day on a different pod if I would take him on Arsenal over Erling Haaland. I said yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Over Erling Haaland.
Because when I look at what Kane does up front,
No, I'm alright.
Wait a
Kane,
minute.
no, because
alright.
you see Haaland, Haaland's a goal scorer, right? But Kane brings everyone around him involved.
Hold on a minute.
And you see the way we play.
Wait a minute.
No, because I can't say
Wait.
I can't say that, and we have Gabriel Jesus as our striker.
Put your brakes
Hold
on.
on a minute.
Put your brakes
So
on.
you got given a choice between Haaland and Kane, and you chose Kane.
Because not because of who I think is better. Obviously,
You think he would be a better fit for the team?
yeah, I look at it as the team, because when I look at who we have up top right now, I look between the two who can transcend that, but with a bit more goals. Kane or
And
Haaland.
you add Haaland 17 goals to our team.
Yeah, it's mad.
Flying.
Yeah, we're gone.
But
No one's catching.
of
No
course,
one's
100%.
The guy's
But
different.
then
And
Haaland,
you add them 17 goals to our team, and you take them away from City.
Yeah.
of
Peak.
course we're gone. But at the
You
same
take
time,
Kane's goals away from Tottenham and bring them to Arsenal. It's no different.
Yeah,
Tottenham
yeah.
are crap.
no, but then what Kane does as well is also adds assists to that as well. Because Kane can put it in the back of the net and can also get more goals for Saka, get more goals for Martinelli. So that there is why I personally said Kane. Obviously Haaland is phenomenal.
No, yeah, I see it. I don't agree with it, but I see your logic. It's
Alright. That Brazil released their squad list for the World Cup.
Yep.
A big omission is Firmino.
Should we go through the
big one.
groups? Quickly. Should we go through the groups quickly?
Firmino,
We ain't got time for that.
can I just
Firmino's a bigger
reiterate?
mission.
Firmino's not the bigger mission.
It feels like I don't know. I feel like Firmino is a nice guy. Likes to smile. He's a nice guy. Yeah. It was just weird. It was like, you took. Who was it, man? I don't know. I don't know why I felt like it was a shoe.
Martinelli.
Richarlison and Martinelli.
Yeah, but you're meant to take players on full right
I
according
think
to Carroll.
Richarlison was always going. I think it was either
Martinelli
or Firmino.
is literally Brazil's 26th player.
Yeah,
But I think
it was either
Brazil-
Martinelli or
What do you mean
Firmino.
he's 26?
Like
He's literally the last option.
it's either him or Firmino.
Yeah.
Okay.
Richarlison was always.
But then even when I look at that, I don't think Firmino's the bigger mission.
Who do you think's the bigger mission?
I think it's Gabriel.
The Jesus.
No, Gabriel. Centre back.
The centre back.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Nah.
You don't trust him.
Do you want me to be honest with you? I think he's the weak link in our back four.
yeah.
I don't think he is. I think he is our best centre back. I genuinely think.
No,
I think he is our leader, and I've said this. I think he's our best centre back in the
way.
back four. So yes, he makes
Saliba's our
mistakes.
best centre back.
Saliba is your best centre back.
I think everyone's seen that this season, and they're getting overreacting because after the United game, he had a spell where he was looking like, yo.
Yeah, but Gabriel has always got a mistake in him.
I hear that,
right, this
but-
is my opinion. Why I say Saliba is the better centre back is because Saliba hasn't even made a mistake yet. And if you look
he
at,
has.
Yes.
But
not as much as Gabriel.
He's made a couple.
Van Dijk, what I'm saying is, bro, Van
Gabriel is
Dijk,
lucky that Ben White is not left-footed. Or Saliba's not left-footed. Otherwise, he wouldn't get into our team.
he wouldn't get in.
Even then, when I look at our next possible option as a left-sided centre back, it's Tomiyasu.
All right.
No, Saliba can play there.
Left centre back.
Yeah, Saliba
No,
can play there.
I think it'd be Tomiyasu or White would play on the left side.
I see Tomiyasu playing
Because
left
you have to
back.
look when you look at it, our left side is heavily ball playing. It's heavily ball playing. Like, so it has
Bruv.
to be. You have to be able to progress the ball.
The biggest disrespect I've seen was someone was comparing, what's his name, Joel? That Arsenal guy that does all the media and stuff. Joel was like, oh yeah.
Joel Bayer.
I think so, yeah. He was like, oh yeah. Who was it? It must have been Saliba. I was like, oh yeah. Saliba is better at his age now than Rio was at that
God
age.
forbid.
That's what you know what
It's an argument, but at the same
I'm not
time,
saying I
it's
agree
mad.
with it, but I've heard it a lot of times. I've heard even Rio have that conversation.
But it's like, for me, that just means that Rio's the bar. Like,
of course, Rio's the bar.
Rio is the bar.
Rio's
Rio
always
is
been
the
the-
bar.
but he's
Rio-
always
But you
been
see,
the bar.
you see, you see
No,
what
like-
people, you see when people don't, you see what people are forgetting about Saliba, the way he's playing. You're forgetting his age, you know. Do you know how old the young man is?
Yeah,
Was
it's
that
cold.
22?
He's cold.
No,
Same age as me, 21.
21
He's
at
cold.
most.
Do you see that run he made against Chelsea where he actually started behind the
someone-
I think he actually started behind
Someone said he defends with two-factor authentication.
he
Yeah,
caught,
two-factor authentication. Come on,
he's
man.
cold. He's cold. He's your
And
best
he said-
defender.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of 2 seasons ago, Van Dijk. You know where it's so, it's so
Seamless.
laid back,
Yeah.
so
Smooth.
like smooth. He
Read
doesn't
it.
look like
Read
he's
the
breaking
game.
a sweat.
Read the game perfectly. Got you out of trouble. Was mad.
quick. Who you predicting to win the World Cup? Honestly, one team.
Argentina.
Okay, Joe.
Does it have to be one? Can it be two?
Because you're our guest, go on.
France or Brazil?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I want Brazil to win, but maybe France will win it. I would like Brazil to win it.
I think it's going to be Brazil, but I always check for France just because France got a bunch of
You know what it is? I
Actually,
think France got early.
I'm changing my answer. Ghana for the win.
Nice.
I need Ghana to go out in the group stage still.
On that note,
I need Party to come back. Yeah, I need
Talk
Party
about
to come
it,
back with
bro.
both legs.
on that note, we're going to wrap up the show. I want to thank Joe Black for passing through.
Come on, man. Big
Beautiful
up to you.
story you got, man, and and all your endeavors, man. Keep that going. Love what you're doing.
I love you.
Big up Joe Montano, who couldn't be here today. Drizzy Saka
each and
for
every
Freckles.
time.
Don't forget, this is Fast Food Podcast. We're here every fortnight to bring you food for thought, soul food for the mind, and a feast for the palate.
What's happening on the 3rd again? Is that happening?
We have a live show on the 3rd of December, hosted by Drizzy Saka for Freckles,
Thank you.
Trimmer, and myself.
Oh, you two coming as well? I
I'll
thought
be
I was
there.
just holding down the
Can
fort.
I just say
man,
it's
but,
N22, not NW2?
It's N22. You know, my Wood Green. Wood Green is N22.
Yeah, come out, man. It's under a month now. It's
Yeah.
officially under a month time. Come and hang with us. Like, we're going to have
Celebrate.
things to talk about, man. I might talk about little Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, because
Yeah.
we're just days away now, bro.
Days away now.
away from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be...
needs to hear this, but Football Manager's out on the PS5 and Xbox.
When?
Out on the 8th of November.
Yeah, I'm there.
You heard me?
I'm involved.
It's on PS5 now, yeah?
And Xbox. Just
Yeah,
for
forget
Morgan.
FIFA, man. I'm
Yeah. I'm playing Gotham Knights at the moment. I'm hooked. It's mad. It's mad.
Bro, I'm doing courses online, bro.
Really?
Of course it's.
Like, I just wrapped up a little scouting course.
Okay, talent ID.
Yeah. I didn't know this, but apparently you can't talk if you're watching a kid play. You can't then approach the parents by their car
No,
and be
no.
like, yeah, you know what? I saw
You have
little,
to go to the coach.
I saw a little shy. Is this shy? Yeah, well, don't worry. I know him as shy. I'm gonna sign him.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know. There's so many things like, bro, it makes sense. But
Alright, big up Drizzy. Make sure you go and take your talent ID course. Anyone that's interested, it's free on the FA website.
That's
See
what
that?
I'm doing it on. That's what I'm doing it
Come
on,
on.
bro. I'm gonna run through them courses, bro. Trust me. You
Calm.
see me when you see me at the dugout.
Trust me.
It's
And
a wrap.
Morgs, you see, as a parent of a young child who's playing football,
Yep.
take the BT Playmaker course. It's also on the same website, the FA website.
BT Playmaker.
I'm not getting no money for this. This is free promo.
It's good to do, man. If you love football and you're getting free access to free knowledge and you get a certificate at the end, which is what they do, bro. Shout out to my bro David because he's the one that put me up on that. So I appreciate him, man.
Okay.
Like a fet.
It's a
That part.
this has been a wicked show. Don't forget, we'll be back in a fortnight. I was signing out. Fast Food Podcast, Morgan Heights. Peace. I go by the name of Morgan Heights. Trimmer, who's got the keys to my bimmer. Drizzy, Saka Freckles. We are back for a brand new season 5 of the Fast Food Podcast. Remember, it is available on all DSPs, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Podcasts. Visual episodes are available on our YouTube channel. That is Fast Food Podcast TV. Peace. Yeah.